Just to be clear, our government is so illegitimate, so wicked, so duplicitous, that it literally has fostered, in many cases created, radical Muslim groups whose moronic followers, in many cases, don't even know they're dancing to the tune of the Pied Piper of Western intelligence. Or they're being funded to carry out attacks through their chain of command by the very great Satan they claim they're fighting. And nowhere is this better illustrated than the fact that the Taliban and al-Qaeda were flown out to safety in the months during the, quote, invasion of Afghanistan in late 2001, early 2002. And that's all on record. And it's also on record that in the months before 9/11, the BBC and other British news organizations reported that U.S. Special Forces were seen on the border region of Pakistan and Afghanistan in a small town, naming it, guarding Osama bin Laden. And that a month before that, Le Figaro and other big papers in France reported he was at the American hospital in Dubai getting dialysis. And then Bandar Bush, the big buddy of the Bush family, the ambassador to the United States from Saudi Arabia, on Larry King Live 1 week after the attacks. You can pull this video up on YouTube. And Larry King Live was calling, the host of it, Larry King was calling bin Laden a coward. And Bandar said, how dare you call him a coward? He's not a coward. He is comes from a great family and is a great man. Because they knew that CNN was aired in Saudi Arabia, and the family's like, look, our son's CIA, he'll play the bad guy for you, he'll be a big hero here in the Muslim, 80% Sunni country. But don't you talk bad about our son who's playing this part for you. And Bandar said, you do not talk about him that way. In front of you. That's how dumb they think you are. They won't even talk bad about Osama bin Laden in front of Bandar Bush. That's his nickname, Prince Bandar of Saad. Bandar Saad. His name's about, 14 names long? The House of Saad. 100-plus years ago, British intel gives a bunch of hand grenades and machine guns to one Bedouin group and says, run around and take over all these cities, and we'll give you the power. We'll set up a country for you. And what did the Saads say? Ooh, rah. You're going to name this whole desert after the House of Saad? You bet we're a warlike Bedouin tribe out for hire. And the British also, 110 years ago, roughly, needed a group to help build some canals. Who was the biggest construction family in the area? British intel for over 100 years? The bin Ladens. I mean, folks, everything is in history, hidden in plain view. Who did Lawrence of Arabia work with? The Saads and the bin Ladens. The Saads and the bin Ladens. Do you know who Osama bin Laden is? He's British intel. For at least 6 generations, serving the New World Order and serving them well. That's why, in the 5 years after 9/11, the United States more than tripled its contracts to over $10 billion in one fiscal year alone, in one of those years, to the House of bin Laden. Who builds the U.S. military bases? The bin Ladens. Who gets the U.S. satellite deals? The bin Ladens. Who were honored guests of the State Department? The bin Ladens. Who got flown out to safety in the week after 9/11 when all their air traffic was grounded, the day and the day after 9/11? The bin Ladens. The bin Ladens, precious members of British intel, precious, precious, honored members. Oh, they couldn't have done it without them. Oh, thank you. You always come through. Who air-conditioned all of Mecca with giant outdoor air conditioners? outdoor air conditioning? The bin Ladens. Who builds the U.S. military bases? Who builds the green zone? The bin Ladens. Who builds the Israeli bases? The bin Ladens. Oh, the bin Ladens are so good. But I'm not supposed to talk about them. I'm supposed to shut up, aren't I? Aren't I? This is one subject, and I could go on for hour after hour after hour on one subject. Here's a headline from PrisonPlanet.com. New bill gives Osama kill switch to shut down the internet. Did I say Osama? I'm sorry. New bill gives Obama kill switch to shut down the internet. That was an actual Freudian slip. I didn't do that on purpose. I see them both as CIA officers. I mean, that's who they are. New bill gives Obama kill switch to shut down the internet. You know, it's come out that Bill Gates is CIA. It's come out that the last two British prime ministers are MI6, Tony Blair and Gordon Brown. You don't think they leave actual elections up to you little people. Oh, they select and hype and give attention to who they want, and then some of you go down and vote for them. And, oh, you sure showed Bill Clinton with George W. Bush, and, oh, then you sure showed George W. with Obama, and you're sure going to show them with Mitt Romney or whoever else you'll sure show them, won't you? Yes, you'll show the bankers. But see, they're scared because we're actually showing the people that control paradigm. And their operatives, like Chris Matthews, don't like it. New bill gives Obama kill switch to shut down the internet. There's another one. Steele accuses Obama of exploiting oil spill for political gain. That's like accusing a grizzly bear of killing caribou. That's like accusing water of being wet. Steele accuses Obama of exploiting oil spill for political gain. Really? You think so? Psycho talk. MSNBC Schultz calls for Obama to act like a dictator. Congressman Boehner says Obama exploiting crisis to push jobs-killing energy tax. And it continues. Senator McConnell, to be replaced by Rand Paul, if all goes well, says Obama concerned with taxing Americans, not plugging the leak. No kidding. But let me go over some other news before I run out of time here. And then I will go over the different angles of the oil spill and where I see that going. And then I'm going to get into the MSNBC hit piece set to air tonight. And it's really much ado about nothing. They've been hyping it for 3 weeks solid on every show, every hour, every day. So instead of having 500,000 viewers like Chris Slimeball Matthews normally does, I mean, that's a joke in cable news. He'll probably have 2 million tonight. And then they're going to air it. He normally has 1 or 2 of these documentaries a year. I looked up some numbers on his last documentary when Ted Kennedy died. They'd already produced it before he died because everybody knew that was coming. And that was aired more than 20 times. So this will probably air more than 20 times. And so it'll probably be seen, I don't know, 15, 20 million times. I mean, who knows? First time it'll be seen by 2 million, next time 1 million, then they'll air it over and over again. So basically, the only way they can get people to see particularly important propaganda is to air it over and over and over again, like a Kevin Trudeau infomercial, hoping that anyone surfing the cable dial, the hundreds of millions globally, that do get the cable packages that have MSNBC, the Bill Gates propaganda channel, Bill Gates slash General Electric bomb-making fake liberal channel. We'll be going over that because it is a dangerous program. We have the script, and now he's foreshadowed it to the last 2 nights, and it appears that that is a script that they did go with, the script we got from inside sources that are concerned inside MSNBC. Just like law enforcement leaks us the MIAC and Homeland Security report, just like we've been leaked the clergy response team reports, and so many others. They are saying that basically I'm calling for violence and I'm dangerous. That's the government line, that I'm calling for cop killing and an overthrow of the government because I say the government's illegitimate.